Hello everyone, welcome to Bustin' Tail Outdoors. I'm your host Josh Lynn. On this YouTube channel, this is where we talk about anything from hunting equipment, everyday carry, concealed carry, anything tactical, and pretty much anything in between. I would like everybody to know these products that I'm reviewing, I'm affiliated with nobody. Nobody sends me nothing for free, nor am I sponsored. This is an average Joe buying the product, and I'm giving you an honest review, guys. So without further ado, let's jump into episode 2. Today we're going to talk about something that's EDC, and every man carries with him every day, and that's a wallet. There are thousands of them out there. There's awesome there's many different brands out there, but the one we're going to talk about today is from Dango. And what I have here is the M1 Lite rail wallet. This is what I've been using for the past 2 years. I actually just retired this a month ago to try out something else that we'll go over later in this video. Pretty much it's just an all-around well-built wallet. It's made here in the USA. We'll start here right at this end. Every product that you get from Dango comes with a nice little leather paracord lanyard. I really like this, so that way if you stick it in your back pocket, you can just grab that lanyard to help pull it out. I use this one for both of them that I've had. The one I had before was the M1 Maverick Spec Ops wallet. I really liked it, and so did my son, so I ended up giving it to him, and I bought this one. But as you can see, this thing has been used and abused and put through the ringer. We're going to start on the inside of this thing. As you can see, you have a compartment right here that'll fit about 2 or 3 cards. If you see this black outer rail, this is where your cards go in. This can fit about 7 or 8 cards. And if you see in here, this is where you can put a little money stash and then put a card over it to hide it. Because as you can see, this does not have no money clip or money little belt as some of their wallets do. But anyway, the base of this thing is machine grade aluminum. It's very well built, very well made. It is very rugged, as you can tell. When I bought this brand new, they called this desert sand. It was Cerakoted in desert sand, but as you can tell, as you can see, the Cerakote does not hold up. But with somebody not using it as rough as I do, it might hold up a little better. But when it puts up to my standards, it didn't hold up. But I'm not mad about it, and I'm not going to get a bad review about it, because after everything this has been through, I'm not upset about it. I wish it could have lasted a little bit longer, but it is what it is. But it's still a pretty rugged base. Now on the outside of this base, on the back, you can see where you have another compartment here. That'll fit about 2 to 3 cards. I would probably say about 2 cards max. Anything after that, you're just really stretching this material. This material is made from Detex. It's a polyurethane microfiber mix to create like a fake leather, but supposed to be a little bit more durable than most leather wallets. I really like this material. It's actually held up. If you look on the back of this wallet, this bifold part is attached by all these little bitty screws, and they were all black, and they've actually pretty much kind of wore the paint off of them as well. You can actually detach this and just carry this as a wallet without the frame. I would also like to add that there is no RFID protection. However, when you buy this wallet, it did include an RFID card that I did use, but I just like the wallet. It pretty much wore just like it, and I ended up throwing it away. But overall, for the 2 years that I've carried this, it's been a very awesome wallet. And if you can see in the front, you have 2 slots here. You can do 2 cards in each. Normally what I did is I had the RFID card in the front and my debit card in the back, so that way my card was protected. I just carried 1 in each slot, but you can carry 2 in each slot. Just know that you can see the imprint from that's just 1 card being there and 1 card below it. It imprinted that much. So just imagine if you put another card in there, it would stretch out a little bit more. But still, pretty amazed with how well this material held up. The only defect or bad part I would say about it is in the bifold part. And if you can see here, this is where it got worn the most. And on the bottom side, it's a little wore. You can kind of see, but none of it's come apart. You can tell on this end, it's trying to come apart, but not at the stitching. The stitching's still holding really well. And so I believe I could probably get a lot more use out of this wallet. All in all, I think you could fit, say, 7 to 8 cards here, depending on the thickness of the cards. You can fit 2 cards here, 2 cards here, 2 cards in each slot here. So this thing holds a lot of cards. For me, I carry about 6 cards, and then I always put about, a couple bills in here folded up to go under the cards, just to have something for an emergency. No, you cannot put anything behind this, because if you did, it actually would come through the frame and be right here. But all in all, this wallet, I'm going to give probably an 8. I think that's going to be about my final standings on it. It is a very rugged wallet. The one default I would say is the Cerakote. But with how I use it and the torture I've put it through, I wouldn't imagine anything Cerakoted would hold up against me anyway. I also want to talk about this. So when the bifold comes over, it's got this locking clip. But if you pull it out, it's actually a little multi-tool. Now, I will say this. If you like to fly on an airplane, this is something that you're going to have to take off, because this is considered a weapon. As you can see, it kind of doesn't really come off. It's not the easiest thing to get off, as you can see. But anyway, here we go. We got it off. So, when it's on there, it's pretty rugged. The one cool thing about this multi-tool is it has a flat head and a Phillips on here. It's got a little, you can use this part as a bottle opener. And if you can see that, it's a little hex. So if you found a screw that small and it wasn't rusted, you might be able to take this and loosen it. But really, you don't have a way to put a lot of torque on it because there's not much to hold on to. I think this part is, the top part can be used as a bigger flat head or a little bit of a chisel if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure if you were out in the wilderness, you could probably make a stick and put this in, and it might be somewhat, of a survival tool, even though it's not sharp. But it is something pretty dandy. And on this clip, when it goes through there, you can see this is raised a little bit, so that when it goes through that clip, locks in there. Pretty neat. I haven't never had any problem with this clip coming off of here. So the dealings I've had with it, once it's on there and locked in, I'm not saying you can't unlock it because it just pulls apart that easy, but for just being in your pocket, it's pretty nice. So once again, all in all, I'm going to give this wallet an 8. As you can see, there is kind of a little bit of lint from being in the jeans and stuff like that. This is very used. But I would highly recommend this wallet to anybody. I do advise you to go on their website. This one was $110. So that price point might scare some people away. But I will tell you, it's very well worth the money. Would buy another one in a heartbeat. This is the second one that I have, and a very well made product. Besides the few flaws that I've showed you about the Cerakote and about the edges, like I said, it's not breaking at the stitching. It's just coming apart on the side of it, which is still not affecting how it functions. It still functions like it needs to. But anyway, this is something that I believe and highly recommend in. But also go to their website because they have a few different styles if you don't like a bifold. They have some very awesome stuff on their website but they also do have some pricey, they have some pricey wallets on there, so don't let your, better catch your jaw when you see some of them prices. All right, so the wallet that I'm using now is this. And this is not the Ridge wallet. It looks like it, but it's not. I actually found this from my supplier that I do get some of my engraving materials from, because I engrave my duck call logo on there. But this is the same thing about as the Ridge wallet. And I've seen some others like the camo skin wallet. It's about the same. I've been carrying this. I can tell you right now, the painting around the edges are starting to wear off. I've gotten a few scratches on there, but so far so good about the paint holding up. I've got a spot right here at behind the money clip to where I've been sliding in and out, because I do carry my debit card with an RFID card placed above it to go in the money clip, so that way I have fast access to my debit card. Because face it, it does have a little spot right here to where you can push right up and get your cards out, and then you can kind of pull this apart to get what card you need. But I keep my IDs and then my a few other cards in there. I carry 6 in here, and then my debit card with an RFID card above it on the slot. And you can also, I also put in between the cards, I put money. But anyway, I just want to tell you guys, even though this ain't the Ridge version, if you're paying $100 for this style wallet, you're paying way too much money, because this style wallet, there's a lot of competitors out there with the same thing for a lot cheaper. I know the Ridge used to sell theirs for $100. I think I've seen them down to about $75. But I know there's other companies out there that offer some different color patterns for cheaper. That's just on you guys. But I'm really basically carrying this one just because I've got my my duck call business logo engraved on it. That's the reason why I'm giving this one a try. When I get tired of this one, I will be going back to a Dango wallet, because to me, I love their wallets and they're superior to none. I know there's wallets out there that you can click a button and your cards pop up. I'm not all about that, because I don't carry a lot of cards. If you did carry a lot of cards, that would probably be something you want to look into. But anyway, you know, everybody's different. I do not like leather wallets, even though I do have a few that are a little bit of fancier wallets that are kind of carved wallets. But I just have them in my collection. But as far as everyday carry, I would highly recommend this Dango M1 Rail wallet, or even their M1 Maverick wallet. It's kind of about the same, but you need to go online to their store and check them out. I hope this was some useful information for you guys. Thank y'all for watching. And once again, I've got some cool stuff we're going to review this weekend. It's going to be really cool, so y'all stay tuned. And anyway, thank y'all for watching Bust and Tail Outdoors. Y'all have a good evening.